Before we get started, I need you to reread the thumbnail. Nowhere in the thumbnail do I state that those designs are better than the old ones, rather that they were good. The title designs I've selected are a bit controversial in my opinion, so I'm going to stay away from ones that are pretty well received, like the big gold belt and the wig dingle belt, and I'm going to stay away from ones that are pretty, notably not well received, at least on the internet, like the current WWE title, the Universal title, the spinner belt, things like that. I think nostalgia plays a big factor in the way that people perceive championships and their design specifically, but I'll try and do my best to be fair to the current titles and also to show a little nostalgia in this video. But without further ado, here are some title designs that I actually think are good. The first title I'll be highlighting here is the current United States Championship. I'll admit I'm a big fan of the old title. Makes me think of people like Eddie Guerrero, John Cena, MVP, Booker T, people like that. But it doesn't make me dislike the current title. Nostalgia has a stranglehold in people sometimes and often just think what I grew up with was better. Pretty convenient thing to think, but I'm sure there are people who are watching today who will look back at this current title and think of people like Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory, LA Knight, and hell, even Logan Paul. Sure, everyone has their favorite titles, and I think this is a solid looking belt. I think that the eagle in the middle is a great design, and I think that the gold being the dominating color with the red and blue subtly at the bottom, it's a good design to me. All right, moving on to the second titles I think were good. I think the NXT 2.0 titles were also good. Okay, I expect backlash here, and I get it. People love the Big X title, and they love the gold title that was before it, but understand it's the same title, just with a different color. I think that people get a little, angry about the change of NXT 2.0 because of Vince and all his behind-the-scenes stuff, and I get it. But I think it has a lot more to do with that than the actual look of the belt. Some people don't like the colors, but I think that they're okay. They're just subtle in there. I think subtle changes on title designs are fine. Again, I think the rebranding of NXT 2.0 was stupid, but I just think how good Braun Breaker and Roxanne looked while holding these titles. I'm not saying it's the best version of the title. What I am saying, though, is that I think it's a good title that gets heat for the wrong reason. On to the third championship design that I think is a good one is the John Cena US title. Now, I know there is a good following of people that also agree with this, but title designs that are, used for the purpose of a gimmick are hit and miss, to say the least. I get why people don't like the spinner WWE title because, it's supposed to be the prestigious title of the company, and the United States isn't held in the same regard. But I just thought the US title was a lot of fun. It wasn't around for a very long time, obviously, when Cena had it back in the day, but I thought it was a good short-term change, and I'll admit that nostalgia gets to me too. For some people, you're just never going to like the spinner, so this won't be the belt for you, and I get that, but for me, it fits the gimmick, and you just had to be there, man. If you weren't, you're probably not going to appreciate this belt. The last championship that I'm going to highlight that I think is actually a good title is the current IC title. I've seen a lot of negative feedback on the internet and on YouTube and things like that about this belt, and I don't really understand it. I'm not saying it's the best belt in the world, but it looks fine to me. That when Gunther had it look fine. I certainly feel that Braun Breaker helps elevate the title and the look of it, but then again, that's, me, and I just like Braun Breaker. I mean, even the hint of blue is there for nostalgia fans, and it looks like it's prestigious enough to me. I mean, again, it's not my favorite belt by any means, but it looks like a solid championship belt. I don't understand the hate for it. Even before the blue, I thought it was a solid belt, so maybe some people just don't care for the mid-card design, or maybe there's something specific on it. I'm not going to act like it's super eye-popping, but I don't think it's bland or boring either. I don't know. I'd be interested to see in the comments what people don't like about that, so I can just kind of get a new perspective of that. But I think it's a solid title, and I think that the people holding it have had solid range with it. Overall, I just kind of wanted to highlight some title designs that I think don't get the credit I think they deserve, and I understand that each design will be viewed by the eye of the beholder differently, but I do think some are penalized due to factors around them that are not, indicative of the title and how they look themselves. Anyways, as usual, let me know in the comments what title designs that you think I should have mentioned, some title designs that you think that I mentioned that are just not good at all. Just let me know some underrated titles out there too. There's some I'm missing for sure. I tried to do some research for it, but couldn't find as much as I'd hoped to find. Anyways, just let me know in the comments, and catch you guys in the next one.